Sanford Orlando Kennel Club. It's morning schooling for the greyhounds. Animal rights groups and animal activists, they lied about greyhound racing and duped the Florida voters into passing Amendment 13. They did this last November, but the fight's not over. They were able to do this based on lies, propaganda. The Humane Society of the United States, I think, spent $3 million on TV ads, commercials, lying through their teeth about greyhound racing. I started making videos about how greyhounds are treated well before I knew that Amendment 13 was going to be placed on the ballot. I'm still going to make greyhound videos because the story isn't over. The Committee to Support Working Animals has retained the services of some lawyers, some constitutional lawyers, and this is going to go to court. Throughout that whole process where Amendment 13 got placed on the ballot, you know, with all of the CRC meetings, nobody ever had to place their hand on the Bible. No one was ever under oath. You could say whatever you wanted. The activist people just spewed the most disgusting lies about, you know, the people that race greyhounds. I don't know if the animal rights people know that this is going to go to court. All those politicians like Pam Bondi and Tom Lee, I wonder if they're going to want to lie if they're going to be under oath. I think they'll subpoena people like Carrie Thiel. It should be interesting. Like I said, this story isn't over. Greyhounds aren't abused. That's a myth put out there by animal rights groups. They can't generate any money from donations. If the public knew that, you know, greyhounds are the most well cared for dog breed in this country. I've shown that in hundreds of hours of footage that I've spent at different tracks all over the state. Hey, people that work with animals, man, you gotta band together. That's the only way you're gonna win. These animal rights groups are picking you apart in every state, around the world even, you know. It's a big money maker. This animal rights scam is a $1 billion a year industry. They make money off donations by demonizing people that work with animals. You know, it's weird. People in general, a lot of people will feel more sorry for an animal than they will a person. If you can figure out a way to pull on someone's heartstrings, there's money in that. That's what animal rights groups do, and they're good at it. Everything about them is deceptive. I think the only way you're ever going to defeat these animal rights groups is by educating the public. If you work in a circus, or you work at a zoo, or SeaWorld, if you're on a farm, like you raise chickens or cows or whatever, if you train police dogs, if you do anything with animals, just watch the videos that I've made about greyhound racing. This is how they're going to come after you, exactly the same way. They're going to do it. They're going to do it through the legislative process. I've made videos since before Amendment 13 was even something that anybody knew about. So I kind of stepped in at the right time. If you watch my videos in sequence, you can see exactly how this all went down and how they got the public duped into voting out greyhound racing. They can do that to anybody. All right, pay attention to the dog when the rabbit stops here, and tell me that this dog isn't having a good time. Yeah. They chase the small critter. It's instinctual.
bunny. No bunny for you. You getting the bunny. Give me that bunny.
Look at that tail wagging.
Come on.
Yeah,
There,
they're hating it.
Good girl. Come on. No, not going back. Not going back. Come on.
Okay, this is the dog you had in some of your videos from last summer that I was starting. And we sent him to Derby Lane and he won the puppy stakes down there.
Really?
And then we gave him a rest. And now, if he looks good today, he'll go back somewhere.
So he never got hurt or anything? You just gave him a rest?
Yeah, he just got a little sore, tired.
So his times are, he was doing good and then his time started slowing down.
Yeah.
You just give him a break once in a while.
Fourths and fifths instead of winning.
They call that like what? Going on vacation for a greyhound or something?
Yeah.
Can you tell people how much a greyhound runs in 1 year at a track on average?
About a half an hour total.
About a half an hour total. Because they run for 30 seconds, just about.
31 seconds. The average greyhound runs 60 times a year.
Wow.
And if they run for 3 years.
So not run to death,
Right,
like
if
the
they run for
idiots
3
tell you.
years, they race a total of an hour and a half.
Right. Paint the Trail is doing pretty good. The dog,
Yeah.
not me.
Well, you're not doing so bad either.
Nah. People keep tagging me on posts when they have the videos
Good.
of it running. Yeah.
Norman!
There's a Paint the Trail greyhound.
He's down on his knees.
Boots, get it. Get it, Boots. That's your rabbit. That's your rabbit. Tell him that's your rabbit.
So I hear this all the time when people are watching these videos. They dogs all around the country hear that squeaky lure in the videos and they go bananas looking for it in the house. So what's the difference between a fast greyhound and a slow greyhound? Like 1/100th of a second?
Maybe a little more than that, but
Yeah. 1/10th of a second?
yeah. Just like in NASCAR.
How fast do greyhounds run generally?
45 when they hit here coming out of the 5
Wow.
seconds box.
So these dogs get raw beef, huh?
And there's spinach in that, that's not mold.
No, it's spinach and they got noodles. And then you got to mix in vitamins with it. I'll be honest with you, I don't even take vitamins every day.
They get vitamins and electrolytes every day.
Vitamins and electrolytes. It's almost like you treat these dogs like they're athletes or something.
That would be because they are.
How many dogs in your kennel here?
76.
76 of them.
Plus,
Liquid vitamin?
yep, and so is that.
Huh. Then you just squirt it in their food and they don't even know what's in there.
Most of them, yep.
And you give
Well, that
them
tastes like vanilla. And that tastes like, I think it's supposed to taste like apples or something. It smells like molasses.
So those are aspirins?
Yeah.
And those are for the dogs that went through schooling today?
Yep.
Because just that little bit of running makes their muscles sore? I'm messing up her count.
Yeah, I mean, if you go out and do extra stuff, you take a couple of Advil or aspirin.
It's because for 31 seconds they're running as fast as they can. And that makes their muscles sore. Apparently.
Well, we want
I don't know what it's
prevent-
like to be able to run 45 miles an hour.
We want to prevent them from getting sore. Most of what we do is preventative.
You're keeping them in the best shape possible, but it's also a nutritional science. Just like any athlete.
Yep. That's our job is mostly nutrition and conditioning and diagnosing injuries and getting into their head.
Greyhounds are basically piss tested for every sort of drug known to man.
And no, if I put like the lidocaine deep heat and rub on my body for my back or my knees, I have to be real careful because then I won't use it in the morning before weigh-in because it'll rub off on the dogs and it'll get a bad
The
test.
science behind drug testing people and animals is like, they test them on nanograms.
Yeah, the dogs get horses don't. They get a break.
They do?
We don't get a break, yeah.
Wonder why they test greyhounds more intensively than they do horses.
Because they've never rewritten the greyhound rules.
Huh. Been the same since they started?
Right. To accommodate for environmental...
Just so people know, like a nanogram is 1/10,000th the grain of sand. Like if you accidentally put one drip of coffee in the dog's dog food, it would show up and the dog would fail.
Yeah,
And
he lost his license here and lost his kennel for that.
Really?
Yep.
So you got to be real careful. Like I was drinking a Mountain Dew. I left it in the truck because if I'm drinking it and I accidentally get some on a dog and it races and gets piss tested, it'll fail, and then these guys will get in trouble.
And the funny thing is, we don't come in contact with our dogs for several hours before they run.
Right.
But a lot of other people do.
Yeah.
Nor can we see when the samples are taken off our dogs and then bagged up. So...
You guys clean the rugs every day?
Every day.
Every day. Hey, how long is a average racing career of a greyhound?
3 years.
3 years? Greyhounds make the best pets, just so you know. I think everybody knew that anyways. Good puppy. Yes, you are. I love greyhounds.